Spirit. God is one. Please sit down. Today we call the Sunday of the Pharisee and the Publican. It's another of those Sundays that begins to remind us that Lent is very close indeed. Very close indeed. It's a very interesting parable the Lord tells us today about two people. I'll just remind you about what it was that he said. There are two people. The one was a Pharisee, both of them, and the other one is a tax collector or publican. And both of them come into the temple in Jerusalem. They come there in order to do what? The one, it says, the Pharisee, says to himself, "How marvelous am I, Lord! What a fantastic person I am! Look at me! I do all of these good things. I tithe, I give to the poor, I fast twice a week, and I'm not like that disgusting publican back there." And God doesn't hear him because he spoke to himself. He told God how marvelous he was. The other one is the publican, the man, notorious sinner. And it says in the Bible, he didn't even dare lift up his eyes towards heaven, let alone lift up his hands and his heart to heaven either. He cast them down towards the earth. And knowing what a sinner he is, he beats his breast and says, "Have mercy upon me, the sinner." He doesn't even accuse anybody else of being a sinner, only himself. "Have mercy upon me, the sinner." And the Lord said of these two, it was the second, the one who is the publican, who is justified before heaven. It's rather like, I've been backwards and forwards to doctors quite a lot just recently, but it's rather like going to see your doctor, and the doctor says, "How are you?" "So I'm fine, thank you very much." "Oh, wonderful. My legs work nicely, my hands work nicely, my eyes see nicely, I can hear very well, my taste buds have taste delicious food," and so on. The doctor will say to you, "Well, that's wonderful. Off you go home." But actually on the way home, you die because actually you've got a terrible pain in your heart and you're having a heart attack. It's hopeless coming to God and saying to God, "Actually, I'm fine. I don't really need you at all." Because God will say, "No, you're quite right, you don't. Off to your own home." The other person, of course, comes to the doctor and says to the doctor in detail, "These are my symptoms." He doesn't bother to tell the doctor, "Actually, I can hear very well, and when I touch things, I can feel them very nicely," because the doctor will assume all of those things. This person comes to the doctor and says, "Doctor, I am ill, and I have the following symptoms. I feel like this, and like this, and like this, and like this." And the doctor will say, "Aha, I know what to do about this," and will start to treat you. This is exactly the same thing as we should be doing when we come into a church, or into our temple, or every time we raise our eyes towards God. We don't come towards God and say, "You know, God, you are so lucky to have me as one of your disciples. You couldn't have done better than choosing me as your disciple. I do all of these things for you." Because in the end, God will simply say, "Well, that's no less than I expected anyway. I assume all of that." But the fact that you have ignored all the things that cut you off from God, those are the things that God will be looking to try and heal. And if you don't come towards God saying, "Actually, Lord, I am a sinner, and I am a sinner in the following ways. I do this, I do this, I do this, I do this," then there's nothing that God can do for you. exactly like the person who comes before their doctor, and the doctor closes the door on them thinking, I wonder what was wrong with that person. They came and told me that they were fine. There's nothing that I can give them for being fine. That's the way things are, and the way things should be. The other thing to notice about these two is the way they treated each other. It would be quite easy for the publican to have come in and said to God, God, look how proud that man is. Do you see how proud that Pharisee is? The way he's gone right up to the very front, the best place in the entire temple, right in front of your doors. And there he is, busy telling you what a fine person he is. And I know he's no better than I am. The publican could quite easily have done that, but he didn't. He completely ignored the other person in the temple, concentrated on himself, and as he did so, realized his own sin and cast his eyes down to the ground. The other one, though, the Pharisee, he comes in and actually he barely notices himself. He concentrates only on the man who's behind him and says, and above all other things, I thank you that I'm not like him back there. The differences between them are quite obvious. In the one case, he's puffed up with pride. He has done some good things. He has given to the poor. He has tithed. He has fasted, and he's there praying. But all of these things have done him no good at all. The other one, when he comes in, hasn't done any of those things, but what he has done is come before God in humility. And as we come nearer and nearer towards Lent, we need to say to ourselves, we need to do the same sort of thing. And just to finish, and I know I've told you this story before, but there's that lovely Jewish story about two people who come into the synagogue. The first one is the rabbi. He stands before the bema, the high place, and beats his breast and says, Lord, I'm not worthy, I'm not worthy. And the beadle comes along, and he beats his breast, and he also says, Lord, I'm not worthy, I'm not worthy. He goes off to his place. And a moment later, somebody else comes in. It's the cleaner. And the cleaner comes before the high place and says, Lord, I'm not worthy, I'm not worthy. And the beadle turns to the rabbi and says, who told him he wasn't worthy?